Some forms of transport in Russia are clearly on the up. Take nuclear-powered submarines, for example. Vladimir Putin launched another one yesterday. According to Komsomolskaya Pravda, the Prince Pozharsky is the fifth Borei A-class missile-carrying submarine put into service in the last 6 years. Izvestia quotes President Putin as saying the Prince Pozharsky is equipped with the most effective electronic equipment and shock weapons, including Bulava ballistic missiles. That's the situation with subs. But with cars, it's a different story. The front page of Nezavisomaya Gazeta. In June, car manufacturing was down 30% year on year. Car plants are preparing to shift workers onto a reduced working week. Also, imports of new cars are down in June by more than 60% compared to last year. Car dealers believe the car market is suffering one of its worst crises. By the way, in June, Russia imported new cars mainly from China. Chinese cars made up 74% of imports. Transportation of a very different kind here, a trip back to the past. Now, we've talked before about how the Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin is being rehabilitated now in Russian society. You often hear the phrase, the re-Stalinization of Russia. Recently, the Russian Communist Party denounced Nikita Khrushchev's so-called secret speech at the Soviet Communist Party's 20th Party Congress in 1956, in which he condemned the late dictator's cult of personality and rule of terror. But today, Moskovsky Komsomolets publishes this big article condemning efforts to whitewash Stalin. Those who blame the voluntarist Khrushchev for the fall of the USSR, or at least for creating the prerequisites for it, do not take into account that the bomb that exploded at the 20th Party Congress was not planted by him at all. It was planted by Stalin, because the mountain of corpses his work created was enough for a Nuremberg trial, let alone a speech at the 20th Party Congress. By the most conservative estimates, the 30-year rule of the leader of the nation cost the country at least 10 million human lives. Those shot with or without a sentence, those who died in prisons, camps and in exile, and as a result of deportation, plus the victims of the transformation of the village, that is, the genocide of the peasant population. By the way, their share is the largest in this martyrology. According to the State Duma statement in memory of the victims of the famine of the 1930s on the territory of the USSR of the 2nd of February 2008, around 7 million people died as a result of the famine caused by forced collectivization. And now a warning. Stalinist comrades are not smart enough to realise that the inevitable consequence of the political rehabilitation of the leader of the nation is the rehabilitation of Stalin's methods and practices, and from here it is very close to the return of these methods and practices to political use.